Charlie Munger, renowned investor and longtime partner of Warren Buffett, once remarked, "People calculate too much and think too little." This quote has gained significant traction in the modern investment landscape, where data analytics and quantitative models dominate decision-making. Munger's observation highlights a growing tendency to rely heavily on numbers, sometimes at the expense of deeper reasoning and judgment. In today's data-driven world, investors often prioritize complex calculations, believing they lead to better outcomes. However, Munger's words serve as a reminder that thoughtful analysis and critical thinking remain essential. His insight continues to resonate, encouraging both seasoned professionals and newcomers to balance numerical rigor with genuine understanding. At the heart of our exploration lies a compelling question. Does this quote truly offer valuable guidance, or does it conceal a more deceptive influence on investors' thinking? The distinction is crucial, as wisdom can illuminate the path to sound decisions, while a cleverly disguised trap may foster overconfidence or mislead even the most experienced individuals. By examining the origins and implications of this statement, we can begin to unravel whether it serves as a beacon of insight or a source of confusion. The answer may not be straightforward, and understanding the nuances is essential for anyone seeking clarity in the world of investing. To thoroughly analyze the quote, the investigation is organized into a clear structure, focusing on 3 essential loops. The first loop examines the literal meaning of the quote, ensuring we understand its direct message. The second loop explores the context in which the quote was delivered, considering historical, cultural, or situational factors that may influence its interpretation. The third loop assesses the potential dangers or implications that arise from the quote, such as misunderstandings, misapplications, or broader societal impacts. Only by closing all 3 loops can we achieve a comprehensive understanding of both the quote's significance and the risks it may pose. As you consider the ideas we've explored, take a moment to reflect on your own approach to investing. Have you ever found yourself drawn to a compelling story or vision rather than focusing on the numbers? Think about the times when narrative influenced your decisions and how that shaped your outcomes. By recognizing these moments, you can gain valuable insight into your personal investment style. Understanding the balance between storytelling and analysis is an important step toward making informed choices. Your experiences are unique, and reflecting on them can help you navigate future opportunities with greater confidence. Charlie Munger is often quoted as saying, "Invert, always invert," and his wisdom is frequently referenced by investors. However, a common misconception arises when people interpret his advice as an endorsement to rely on compelling narratives rather than thorough analysis. Many investors mistakenly believe that Munger's words grant them permission to prioritize stories over hard data, leading to decisions based more on emotion than evidence. In reality, Munger advocates for critical thinking and rigorous examination of facts. His approach emphasizes understanding the numbers behind an investment, not ignoring them. By misinterpreting his quote, investors risk overlooking the importance of disciplined research and objective evaluation. This myth can ultimately result in poor investment choices and missed opportunities for long-term success. Narrative-driven investing occurs when stories, emotions, or grand visions overshadow careful analysis and objective reasoning. Investors may become captivated by compelling ideas or charismatic leaders, allowing excitement to cloud their judgment. This approach often leads to overlooking critical data, ignoring warning signs, and making decisions based on hope rather than evidence. As a result, portfolios can become vulnerable to sudden market shifts and unexpected losses. Without disciplined calculation, the risks of chasing trends or following popular narratives increase significantly. Ultimately, relying on feelings instead of facts can undermine long-term financial success. Despite their reputation for wisdom and intuition, Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett are fundamentally rigorous calculators. Their investment decisions are grounded in meticulous financial analysis and thorough evaluation of company fundamentals. Rather than relying on gut feelings, they scrutinize balance sheets, income statements, and cash flow projections to assess the true value of a business. This disciplined approach enables them to identify opportunities that others might overlook. By prioritizing data-driven insights, Munger and Buffett have built a legacy of consistent, rational decision-making in the world of investing. Now we shift our focus to the true subject of Munger's critique. Contrary to popular belief, his concern is not directed at the passive or uninformed investor. Instead, Munger warns against the dangers posed by overconfident quantitative analysts. These individuals place unwavering trust in intricate mathematical models, often overlooking the unpredictable nature of real-world markets. By relying exclusively on formulas and algorithms, they risk missing critical nuances that cannot be captured by data alone. Munger suggests that such over-reliance can lead to significant errors and unintended consequences. Long-term capital management was a hedge fund that rose to prominence in the 1990s, renowned for its sophisticated mathematical models and quantitative strategies. However, the firm's reliance on complex calculations led to a critical oversight. It underestimated the importance of human judgment and skepticism about real-world market behavior. When unexpected financial shocks occurred, the models failed to predict the magnitude of losses, resulting in a dramatic collapse. This case highlights the dangers of excessive faith in mathematical precision without considering unpredictable factors and market psychology. It serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that while calculation is essential, it must be balanced with practical experience and critical thinking. False precision refers to the mistaken belief that complex mathematical models can perfectly quantify investment risk. While these models often use detailed formulas and vast amounts of data, they can create an illusion of certainty that doesn't reflect real-world unpredictability. Financial markets are influenced by countless variables, many of which cannot be captured or predicted by any model. Relying too heavily on precise calculations can lead investors to overlook uncertainties and unexpected events. This overconfidence may result in poor decision-making, especially during periods of market volatility. Recognizing the limitations of mathematical models is essential for a more balanced and realistic approach to managing investment risk. Investors often find themselves at opposite ends of a spectrum. On one side, the narrative-driven investor relies heavily on stories, intuition, and qualitative insights, sometimes overlooking hard data and quantitative analysis. On the other, the model-only quant depends exclusively on mathematical models and statistical outputs, potentially ignoring the broader context and human factors that influence markets. Both approaches, when taken to extremes, can lead to significant pitfalls. The narrative investor may fall prey to confirmation bias and overconfidence, while the quant risks missing critical real-world signals that models cannot capture. Achieving a balanced investment process means integrating both narrative and quantitative perspectives, allowing for a more comprehensive understanding and better decision-making. This synthesis helps avoid the traps inherent in relying solely on one approach. The investment process begins with a crucial two-step approach. First, calculation serves as the essential filter, allowing investors to assess the fundamental numbers and metrics that underpin any opportunity. This quantitative analysis helps eliminate options that do not meet basic financial criteria. Once the initial screening is complete, the process moves to deep thinking and qualitative judgment. Here, investors consider factors beyond the numbers, such as industry trends, management quality, and long-term potential. By combining rigorous calculation with thoughtful analysis, this method aims to identify investments that are both sound and promising. Rigorous calculation and analysis form the backbone of prudent investing, By carefully examining financial statements and key metrics, investors gain a clearer understanding of a company's true financial health. This process helps to uncover hidden risks, validate growth prospects, and assess the sustainability of earnings. Without thorough analysis, decisions may be based on incomplete or misleading information, increasing the likelihood of costly mistakes. Accurate calculations also enable investors to compare opportunities objectively and identify undervalued assets. Ultimately, disciplined scrutiny of financial data is essential for making informed, confident investment choices. Thinking plays a crucial role in making sense of numerical data. Qualitative analysis allows us to look beyond the figures, considering context and underlying factors that numbers alone cannot reveal. Skepticism is essential, prompting us to question assumptions, verify sources, and challenge potential biases in data interpretation. Synthesis brings together diverse pieces of information, enabling us to form a comprehensive understanding and draw meaningful conclusions. By combining these approaches, we are better equipped to interpret numbers accurately and anticipate potential risks. This thoughtful process ensures that decisions are informed, balanced, and resilient in the face of uncertainty. Let's revisit the central puzzle: how Charlie Munger's famous quote can become a perilous snare. When people use his words to rationalize bypassing careful analysis and instead trust their instincts, they risk making decisions based on incomplete information or bias. The allure of intuition is strong, but it can lead to costly errors if not balanced with rigorous thinking. Munger's wisdom is often misunderstood, turning a call for practical judgment into an excuse for laziness. By relying solely on gut feeling, one may overlook critical details that only emerge through calculation. Ultimately, the danger lies in mistaking confidence for competence and intuition for insight. Intellectual laziness can pose significant risks for investors, especially when familiar quotes are misused to justify decisions. Relying on a popular saying without understanding its true context may create a false sense of confidence. This misplaced validation can lead individuals to overlook critical analysis, ignore new information, or dismiss alternative viewpoints. As a result, investors may make choices that are not well-founded, increasing the likelihood of poor outcomes. It's important to recognize that wisdom from quotes should serve as a starting point for deeper inquiry, not as a shortcut to avoid thoughtful consideration. By remaining vigilant and questioning assumptions, investors can better protect themselves from costly mistakes. The journey to genuine safety and peace of mind begins with a disciplined approach that combines both calculation and thoughtful reflection. By treating decision-making as a repeatable process, we remove uncertainty and build confidence in our actions. This method encourages us to analyze situations carefully, weigh our options, and make choices rooted in logic rather than impulse. Over time, such consistency fosters a sense of ease, knowing that each step is guided by reason. Embracing this balanced approach not only protects us from avoidable risks, but also empowers us to navigate challenges with clarity and assurance. A balanced investment process acts as a safeguard for investors, steering them away from the pitfalls of narrative-driven mistakes. When decisions are based solely on compelling stories or market trends, critical analysis can be overshadowed, leading to poor outcomes. Conversely, relying too heavily on complex models or precise forecasts can create a false sense of certainty, ignoring the unpredictable nature of markets. By integrating both qualitative insights and quantitative analysis, investors can avoid being swayed by emotion or misled by overconfidence in data. This approach encourages thoughtful decision-making, helping to manage risk and adapt to changing circumstances. Ultimately, balance ensures that neither storytelling nor statistics dominate, fostering a more resilient investment strategy. The key lesson to remember is that calculation and thinking serve distinct but complementary roles in investing. Calculation acts as your offense, enabling you to identify opportunities and make strategic moves. Thinking, on the other hand, is your defense, helping you anticipate risks and protect your investments. Success and longevity in investing require a balance of both. Relying solely on calculation may expose you to unforeseen dangers, while only thinking defensively could mean missing out on valuable prospects. By integrating both approaches, investors can navigate the complexities of the market with greater confidence and resilience. As we wrap up, take a moment to consider your own approach to the topics we've explored, reflect on what works for you, and think about areas where you might want to try something new. Your experiences and insights are valuable, so feel free to share them with others. If there are subjects you'd like to see investigated in the future, your suggestions are always welcome. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and deepen our understanding. Thank you for joining us and engaging with this discussion. Your attention and curiosity are vital in navigating the complex world of investing. Remember, successful investing is built on a foundation of prudence and rigorous analysis. By approaching each decision thoughtfully and critically, you can better safeguard your financial future. We appreciate your commitment to learning and encourage you to continue applying careful reasoning to every investment opportunity you encounter.